Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Shane, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I was inspired. I just got my makeup done. I did a full face, very similar to my everyday makeup, so if I don't really have any real plans of what I want to wear that day, or if I just want to do like a neutral look. I'm working all day today. I've been wanting to try something for quite a while, and I've been a little bit nervous too because I just felt like it was a little bit maybe weird, or I don't know. I was thinking of all the questions that would come with it, and I was like, do I want to deal with that? But at the same time, it's something that I want to experiment with and try. I'm gonna fix my lighting real quick. I feel like it could be better. So today I really wanted to try to do faux freckles, and I've been wanting to do them for a while. I kind of felt a little weird doing it. I wasn't really sure how to do it, but I want to try today with the products that I have in my own collection and see if I can't come up with something that looks natural and pretty at the same time, so we'll see. I don't have any major game plans. I'm kind of just winging it, so today's video isn't really, sorry, I'm looking for a brush. Today's video isn't really like I'm showing you exactly how to do it kind of video. This is more of like, I'm trying, and if it doesn't work, then I'm the one that will look stupid and not you kind of thing. So we're gonna give it a try. We're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So I wanna try to use Anastasia's brow pomade. Now this is in chocolate, so this might be too dark for what we're going for, and I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous because I just finished my entire makeup, and if I smudge it the wrong way, it's gonna just go so bad. So we're gonna try, but I'm gonna just use literally the back of one of my makeup brushes, the smallest one that I could find, and a little bit of brow pomade. I honestly might end up just using what's in the cap already to prevent picking up too much product. I want to start lightly and then build up from there if it ends up working out. So I'm just going to take the back of my brush, work it into the product a little bit. I'm a little concerned that this might actually be too big too. So, you know, I'm gonna switch the brush around. It's just this tiny little paintbrush I've just used for cosmetics. It's never been used for craft purposes, but the brush bristles are a little smaller. The only problem is it's a little curved, so that's why I was trying to prevent using this side, but we're gonna do it anyway. So I'm just kind of pushing the bristles together. That's just all eyeliner on the brush. It's so dirty, I apologize. But I'm gonna push the bristles together to get as narrow of a brush as I can. I might even twist it a little bit. So I'm just pinching the hair and then just twisting it in my fingertips to get a sharper point. I think I'm gonna use that, and we're gonna again pick up a little bit of product. A little product goes a long way with these brow pomades. So I'm going to keep the freckles pretty much right. We're gonna do a little bit on my nose and then pretty much just on the high points of my face. I've been looking at photos of freckles as well, and I don't want like a full face of freckles. I have some actual like bigger ones here, one over here, one back here. So I have natural freckles, so I'm just trying to enhance that by adding some more. So I apologize, I think I was out of focus there. Oops, okay. Back up and running. I'm just gonna take my brush, and I'm not gonna put it on the tip of my nose as well. I'm pretty much keeping them up top. Okay, you guys can't see anything. Okay, so now you at least can see like the little dots I'm making. So after I make a couple dots before the product dries completely, because it will dry relatively fast, I'm just gonna take my finger and go over it a little bit and soften it. And this was the scariest part to me because I was worried that like it would transfer all over the place, but it's actually pretty much staying where I wanted it. So I'm gonna grab a little more product. We're gonna keep making dots. Oh gosh, I'm trying to keep them on the small side, and I'm having trouble doing that. So I'm not swiping my finger, I'm literally just going up and down. Yeah, this seems a little dark. It seems a little dark, but we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to lighten up my touch a little bit. I think those bigger ones just dried a little too fast, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna repeat the same couple steps throughout my nose and again across the top of my cheekbones where the sun would naturally hit my face is where I'm concentrating. And then once we have all the freckles placed, I do have an idea of how to make it even softer and make it even more natural, and I'm hoping that it'll work, but that'll be our next step. Because I literally feel like I'm starting to look like Shirley Temple, and that's not exactly what I wanted. I just wanted natural looking freckles. And keep in mind while you're doing this, you don't want your freckles to be symmetrical. You look at any natural freckles and they're kind of all over the place. Some are bigger than others, some are closer together, some overlap. So really don't be perfect. I think the less perfect you are with it, the more natural it's gonna look. And I'm avoiding, basically I'm not gonna go any farther than my nose. So all my freckles I'm keeping pretty much above my brush line, just so you can see where I'm focusing the product. So that is the nose and one side done. And so far it's super pretty, but I don't think it looks natural enough. So let's go ahead and do this other side. And as I near the edge here where I kind of want them to stop, kind of ombreing them off so it just doesn't, you know, stop completely. Again, all part of the ruse to try to make it as natural as possible. While I'm at it, I'm just gonna use this to enhance my actual freckles because my foundation and concealer and contour kind of covered all that. A little one here, which is my favorite one, actually. One here, I have this big one over here. Just definitely the most noticeable one on my face. Smaller one back here, next to my ear. So that is good, I think. I'm gonna, again, use my finger to kind of soften them a little bit, even though they're real. I don't want like super soft freckles all over my face and then like a big black, or big brown, I should say, dot. So we're gonna just use my finger. Okay, so once I have it actually applied, this part I'm hoping will eliminate or diminish it a little bit, but I'm just gonna use some translucent powder and I'm just gonna use the Airspun because I'm not trying to brighten anything. I would use the Maybelline Fit Me if I was trying to brighten. I'm just trying to diffuse. So I'm going to just take a little bit and then I'm going to take this brush, which was from the Sephora and the Museum of Ice Cream collaboration. Coat my brush, tap off the excess. I don't know how much powder I'm gonna need just yet. We're gonna start with a little bit, and I'm not going to swipe, but I'm going to try to press it right over the areas that we applied our freckles. I'm hoping, again, this is gonna diminish them a little bit, but it's also gonna set it because the product that we use, even though it tends to not move a whole lot, it's still a cream, and I just feel better about having it set with a powder, and this is gonna make it last all day long. So there are a couple different benefits. On camera, it's literally like not even showing a little bit. As I'm moving my face, I can kind of see them. When I bring you in, however, you can see them a bit more. On camera, they look really pretty. It's in person, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. They're a little bit harsher than I wanted them to be, even with all of the diffusing we did, with the powder we did. So I'm gonna try to fix the situation. It's not like bad because I didn't go crazy dark on them. It's just a little more noticeable. Maybe not as natural as I wanted them to be. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm trying to find just like a soft matte brown. Maybe I might make it too. Kind of more of like a mauve. I don't want mauve on my face. How about this one? I feel like Triton up here might work, but I think it still has some shimmer in it. How about, this has been like my tried and true palette. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. So I grabbed the Morphe and James Charles palette. I haven't really used nudes much in this, but it's gotta have something. Okay, it has Punch Me, which, by the way, this is labeled wrong. That's supposed to be T, not text. But Punch Me might be a good one. And if not, I'll go into T. It's just like, it's just another dark brown, and I'm just trying to see what a lighter brown would look like. All right, no. No. It's a little more subtle, obviously, than the pomade, but the colors don't match, so it's just looking a little weird. I want the freckles to look like they're coming from within the skin. I'm gonna take my beauty blender that was just used this morning. It still has like foundation and concealer on it, and I'm just gonna use this to go over those freckles. And I'm gonna do one side first to see if I see any difference. Okay, not really. So my next attempt, oh my god, it's not that bad. I'm just trying to diffuse a little bit, but I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer because hopefully this will give me the under the skin look I'm looking for. And I'm gonna just take a tiny bit on the tip of my beauty blender and go over it lightly. And I do mean lightly because we've already powdered this area. Or I should just go get a tattoo of freckles because I feel like it's just the ones on my nose that are giving me the hardest time. We're just gonna go ham with some powder here. I'm gonna kind of rebake this area and see what happens after 1,000 layers of makeup on my face. But oh my gosh, I just feel like maybe it's just me being paranoid because like I know they're not real, so I think everybody else is like, those girls' freckles real? You know what I mean? Maybe it's just me being paranoid, but I'm gonna let this sit for just a minute, see if it does anything. Maybe take them off or something, I don't know. Powder has been sitting for a second, and I don't think the longer it sits, the more it's gonna really do anything. So I'm just going to, I'm kind of like pushing the powder into my skin again and dusting away at the same time. Alright, that actually diffused them quite a bit more. They're not nearly as dark. My concern was the ones on my nose. But they're like really subtle, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not that mad. I almost feel like I should be adding more, but because of the color difference, maybe I think I'm gonna try to go into the James, what is my cat doing? I'm gonna go into the James Charles palette and pick up T, which is that dark brown. I just feel like now I need like more. I don't know if I put enough on, so I'm just gonna use this. I don't know, it almost looked like before I did this part, like if it was like a doll. You know what I mean? You know how their like freckles are perfect? That's kind of what mine were looking like, and that's not what I wanted, so I'm adding some more. Now I need to definitely tone those down too, but they're not as bad. So I think eyeshadow may be the way to go, unless I can find like a super fine brush I like. Ugh, I feel like I hate when you can see that on your lips. Hate that line. Anyways, let me go in with just a tiny bit more powder on my brush. And I'm just gonna go over that eyeshadow, especially with eyeshadow. I wanna try to set it so it stays, doesn't smudge. I think that's good. So let me try to give you guys as up close as I can so you can see them. You can definitely see them more in person. My camera is just not really good at picking up a lot of detail, but it is really pretty. Okay, you guys, so that was my first attempt at doing faux freckles. So there are some things that I learned and some things that I want to try. I want to see, the eyeshadow definitely worked the best between the pomade or the shadow. I think the pomade, however, would stay longer, so I almost want to go to Sephora if this is something that I want to do. I really do love the effect that it gave me, and I'm not like afraid to wear this out anymore because I don't really care what people think about me anymore, but I think it would be really cute to try, so I might go out to Sephora and just pick a lighter shade of the pomade because I definitely like the pomade. I think it was just far too dark, so maybe like a lighter brown or even like a kind of like a blonde color might suit me a little bit better and make it look a little more natural and be a little bit easier to blend. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and just doing a little bit of experimenting. If you try the freckles, let me know on my Facebook and my Instagram. I'd love to see your pictures as well. If you guys have any tips or tricks for me to help me make it look natural, maybe that you know of or have learned, let me know for sure because I would really love to hear you guys' technique. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!